Wow.
Now it's time to get to opening this week, brought to you by our friends over at AMC Theaters. Natasha Martinez, what is coming out this week?
Okay, Morgan is out this week. Morgan, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, is a bioengineered child who began walking and talking after 1 month of existence, exceeding the wildest expectations of her creators. When Morgan attacks one of her handlers, a corporate troubleshooter played by Kate Mara visits the remote, top-secret facility where she's kept to assess the risks of keeping her alive. When the girl breaks free and starts running amok, the staff finds himself in a dangerous lockdown with an unpredictable and violent synthetic human. We also have The Ninth Life of Louis Drax out. An acclaimed neurologist played by Dornan taps into the unconscious mind of a 9-year-old boy played by Aiden Longworth, who has survived 9 near-death accidents.
All right. Morgan is a perfect example, though, what I was just talking about before, because, and Perry and I think, once again, we'll maybe on opposite sides here. We actually did a review of this together on Schmoes, but I think that for me, what I was talking about with that trailer with Naomi Watts, this had top-tier talent, and not only with the actors, but Luke Scott is a really good director. He is. He comes from a good lineage, if you will.
Who?
Mr. Tony Scott, his uncle, and the late Tony Scott, and obviously his dad, Ridley Scott.
Oh, I've heard of him.
The action in this movie, as you would expect, is incredible. The guy directs very well. The problem I had with the overall movie was a lot of the same things, like cliches, things that I've seen before. It was like a better version of Species, but a less version of Ex Machina, where Ex Machina absolutely plays sometimes with humor with Oscar Isaac and even Donald Gleason. This doesn't play with any of that stuff. So I thought it was going to be really good because I did like the trailers, and it was a bit of a letdown to me. I think it's a good cable watch, but you saw this movie. What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to what people go? Should they go see Morgan?
I would recommend Morgan. I liked it quite a bit. It's tough with a movie like this because it almost felt like when the promotional campaign kicked off, it started out of nowhere and it started so strong. So everyone just had these sky-high expectations and they were not met. But that's not to say it wasn't a good movie. The big problem with the movie for me is that it explores the very familiar scenario we've seen with the creation of AI and then it growing out of control. And do you ruin all the work you've put in over the years? We've seen that before. Morgan adds nothing new to that conversation, which to me is why in the end you might not be thinking about it as much as you should. But I think the performances are great. I love Rose Leslie in the movie. I think Anya Taylor-Joy delivers another great performance in this. I wish she had more scenes though. And I think Luke Scott is definitely an up-and-coming feature director to keep an eye on because this movie is so well shot. When we first introduced the segment, that still of Anya Taylor-Joy and Kate Mara, that's a beautiful image, and so much of his imagery in this movie means something more. So once you experience this for the first time, I bet you anything you could go back and watch it again and find a whole bunch of other little nuggets that make it even more interesting. So this is actually something that I would probably see again, but it wasn't really the movie that I was hoping it would be.
All right, Riley, talk to me about The Ninth Life of Louis Drax here. Jamie Dornan, can he come back from that other thing that no one wants to watch ever again?
Well, what did he do that nobody wanted to watch?
The sex movie. What's the sex movie?
I thought
Shades
that was
of
a
Grey.
joke. I thought you were making a joke.
50 Shades of Bad.
That guy.
Of not
yeah,
sexy
sure,
sex.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm more interested in this movie because of Alexander Aja. He's a great director. I love his Hills Have Eyes remake. That is a fantastic remake. And I even enjoyed his Piranha. I know it's crazy. The first one. Knows what it wants to be. This is bumming me out a little bit because I think it's a fantastic story idea. I like the cast, obviously the director, but I'm hearing not so good things. In fact, I'm hearing bad things about this thing. Haven't seen it, but I do want to see it just based on the talent alone.